My name is Gang Dudu Dalioba. I'm the Beko president and come all the way from Jos Plateau State. And I'm here at the Supreme Court to celebrate with one of my own who has been made senior advocate of Nigeria, a very young man who's less than 45. He's been doing a yeoman's job defending the land and defending the common people. We're here to rejoice and celebrate with him. Having said that, talking about Nigerian independence at 64. At 64, we are not where we're supposed to be. At 64, you expect us to be adults, elders, senior citizens, a country that is supposed to be leading other countries. But we are not there yet. And it is unfortunate that we continue to live on hopes. We continue to live on imaginations other than reality. And a lot of things are involved. And I think one of the principal things is how we need to tinker with our constitution. Our constitution does not speak reality. It is an imaginary document. It is a document that does not spell out things that can be done properly. So if we don't do something about the Constitution, we'll continue to live on false hopes. And this is how I see Nigeria. The first thing first is for us to do the right thing properly. Get the Constitution worked on. Get the structures of this country reorganized. Get people to be voted properly. Our electoral laws are faulty. The judicial system is faulty. Everything about the country which is enshrined in the Constitution is faulty. So a faulty foundation cannot give you any good results. So we should stop deceiving ourselves. The only way out is what I have said earlier. We need to tinker with our Constitution. Our recruitment processes must change. We need to put the right people in the right place. And we must deal with insecurity. We must deal with tribalism, sectionalism. We must think Nigeria, and just way to think is to provide a balance in the documents that bind us together. So if that is not done, forget it. We will just be living in an imaginary war. And other countries, small countries, will come and still overtake us. Today, the tourist destination in this world is Morocco. Morocco started behind us. Today, you want to go for medical outreach in Africa, it is Egypt. You want to talk of safari, you are going to Kenya. What do you come to Nigeria for? Nothing. So we need to really change our thinking and our pattern.
My name's Vera Sele Oscar Pam. I hail from Plateau State, the Bureau of Nation. And I'm here to support one of us, our brother, Barrister Gangzi, who is being elevated today as a son too. And then coming up to the issue of Nigeria at 64. Actually, most of us who are still youths are not really happy with the happening in the country. Our constitution is not being used. Our leaders are not thinking in our direction. Everything is just going haywire. A lot is happening, no freedom. Everything is just expensive at this time. So if they even say the leaders of tomorrow are the youth, Nigeria is 64 and we are the youth. So what do we have? The youth, what will they have at the end of the day? Nothing for the youth. We are getting older by the day, and then they are telling us we are the leaders of tomorrow, and things are not going well. So we are just using this medium to tell our leaders that please and please just do the needful. Nigeria has a lot of resources that can reach out to everybody. If they can put our refineries, our hospitals, our schools, everything in order, I think everybody will be happy with the country, and then at the end of the day everybody will enjoy and be happy with the country. So until they begin to see that we are not going anywhere in this country, until they realize that this country belongs to all of us, not just for a particular person or a particular tribe, then we have not started anything in this country. So it's a call on our leaders to sit down and look at the founding fathers of this country, what they have put in place, what they have done before, that this country was better. What can they do to make the country better for us, conducive for us, so that everybody at the end of the day would truly turn his back and say, I'm a Nigerian.
My name is His Royalness Eze Dr. B.O. Ibekwe. Let me just tell you the fact. Indeed, God has been helping Nigeria, but quite unfortunately, like that Nigerians, we are not helping ourselves, and we are not helping our country. If you go to other country, you see their officials, they are protecting the law of the land, protecting their country. But here, nobody protects Nigeria. Nobody protects his country. Everybody is protecting his pocket. Everybody is after his pocket, not the nation as it's supposed to be. So, and for that made Nigeria, that draws Nigeria backwards. That the level we're supposed to be today, we are not. We deny ourselves that position. There are many countries which we are under that's supposed to be under Nigeria. Because God blessed this country with different minerals, different resources. But we, unfortunately, we are finding it difficult. We are battling with them in order to control it.
So what are the better ways to make Nigeria become a better country?
The better way to make Nigeria a better country is, one, to stop this is my man, this is my party, this is my brother, this is my sister. If you can see any Nigerian and embrace him as one Nigeria from the bottom of heart without discrimination, I think Nigeria will be okay. If you know that an Hausa man is an expert to this, you give it to him. Let him do it in the name of Nigeria. If you know that Igbo man can do this better, you give it to him. Let him do it better. If you know that a Yoruba man is the person or the minority is the one that can deliver Nigeria, let's give it to the person without discrimination, without saying this is my brother, this is my sister. And that is what is killing us, and that is what is taking us backwards.
My name is Tajuddin Abdullahi. I'm a legal practitioner. You see, Nigeria's situation is very, very not interesting. We have not achieved what we are supposed to have achieved. And even in the world, we are still being described as a developing country. That means we are yet to be developed. We still depend on foreign medication. Most of everything we are doing in Nigeria is imported. So if at 64 we are still a consumer nation and not a producing nation, definitely we are not progressing. Take for example, since the inception of democracy since 1999 till date, our politician campaigns 4 year in out, and you see the line of campaign is still the same thing. We'll give you electricity. Where is the electricity? We'll give you qualitative education. Where is the qualitative education? We'll give you water. Where is the potable drinking water? We'll give you roads. Our roads are nothing to write home about. So if at this stage we are still battling to get all those social amenities to be provided by our government, definitely I can tell you authoritatively that Nigeria has not achieved what we are supposed to have achieved. So God has blessed us with all resources, human capital, natural resources, but unfortunately we have bad leaders who have not channeled it to the right channel to the benefit of the masses.
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is I will advise the electorate to take back their country by first of all being actively politically, then to choose the best leader regardless of the ethnicity, religion and whatever things that divides us. So I believe if we go for the capable and the able hands, we'll get there.
Using the incident of Nigeria as a state, at least Nigeria has not done well. So if I want to classify Nigeria under the school of thought to a very large extent, I would say Nigeria is a failed state. Because the system theory says that what affects a part affects a whole. And looking Nigeria from all sectors, Nigerians needed more from Nigeria. Since the inception of independence, you will discover that the system is nothing to write home about. To a minimal extent, our democracy has failed us. Even as a politician and a core Democrat, Nigeria has failed us to a large extent. So Nigeria is 64. I think in a bit to epitomize my speech, I said there's nothing worth celebrating because there's nothing to show up, considering what we are experiencing in Western world. So thank you very much.
So since you said Nigeria has failed us, what do you think, as a patriot, right, what do you think are the better ways to make Nigeria become a better country?
Okay. One, our system we need to restructure our system in all ramification. Our system, we need to structure the system using the democratic dispensation as a case study. Nigeria should endeavor to put a right peg in a right hole.
My name is Chief Samson Okwetu. Well, Nigeria will be celebrating 64 years tomorrow, and we thank God for life. But however, going by what is happening in the country, it is not what to write home about. Nigerians are still suffering, notwithstanding the numerous mineral resources God has endowed us with, which would have been a blessing for us. Taking into cognizance other countries that we got independent with, together with, take example of India, where they are economically today. But if you just oppose Nigeria to that fact, you know 64 years is a wasted year, notwithstanding the fact that there are some things to write home about, which I only say the democracy we are celebrating today. That is my take for now.
So what's the way forward?
The way forward is not far-fetched from the fact that we need to get our election right. Thank you for that question. Recently, an election was conducted in Edo State, which was monetized. Until we begin to get the foundation right, we cannot get it right in this country. Allow the will of the people to elect who they want to elect, not using money to cajole, hoodwink voters in order to get into power. Until we get that right, we will not move forward.